Hello and welcome. My name is Sinha, Dr. Ranbir Sinha. Welcome to the program Spoken English 2020, sponsored by APSSDC. In this lesson, we are going to learn about perfect English accent. I'm going to make it very simple so that all of you understand. Repeat after me and your accent improves. If you practice that a few times, your accent is going to be perfect. So, let's go over to this lesson, English accent. The English accent. Everybody talks about accent. What is an accent? Accent has two meanings. One is the influence of your mother tongue when you speak a different language. For example, if my mother tongue is Bengali, when I speak English, it sounds like, how are you? Sounds different from real English, but it's perfectly fine to have slight influence of your mother tongue when you speak a different language, because you did not grow up speaking that language. You grew up speaking your mother tongue. But if your English is very good and have slight influence of your mother tongue, it's perfectly fine. People will understand you. Even great people had slight influence of their mother tongue when they spoke English. Every English speaker also has some accent. Some have American accent, New York accent, Boston accent, California accent. Within United Kingdom, there are 48 accents. So everybody has some accent. So do not worry about that part. But the part that is very important is accent built into the pronunciation of a word. So I'm going to explain that part. The English accent. So if you take a long word, for example, let's take this word, pronounce. It's got several parts. Pronounce, two parts. So one part is stress. That means you have to say it louder to make it sound right. Pronounce. Pronounce. These things are phonetic symbols that you learn in the next lesson. For now, just assume that what I'm saying is correct. This word has two parts, two syllables that can be pronounced separately, independently. Each has one vowel sound. One has pr, now there is nouns. And here the nouns part is said a little bit louder with a higher pitch, and that's called accent. So here, based on these phonetic symbols, one can see, which you find in very good dictionaries, that this part should be pronounced louder with a higher pitch. Pronounce, pronounce. Repeat after me. Pronounce. If you say pronounce, that doesn't sound right. And that's the right accent if you say pronounce. Okay? Repeat after me. Pronounce. And this little mark here, that's called accent mark. All right? So what's syllable? What is syllable? Syllable is a part of a word that can be pronounced independently. It's got one vowel sound. And when you say the correct syllable louder with a higher pitch, that's called the right accent. And that's an integral part of correct pronunciation. So you cannot say pronounce, you have to say pronounce. Softer, nouns louder. Pronounce. Repeat after me. Let's take this word. It's got many parts, many syllables. Pronunciation. Here, the accent mark is here. That means you have to say a part louder, a louder. This vertical mark that you find in many dictionaries is called the accent mark or primary stress mark. So here you have to pronounce this word like pronunciation, a louder. Repeat after me. Pronunciation, pronunciation. Let's take a few more examples. This one has many parts. Communicate. Mu should be pronounced louder because the accent mark is on mu. Okay? Communicate. Repeat after me. Communicate. 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 Now faster. Communicate. This is how you have to get the accent right. First slowly, practice the right accent, then speed up to a normal speed. How about this one? You try first. This is k, mu, ni, k, ter. 5 syllables. Which one is the loudest? Mu. Mu is the loudest. With the higher pitch, louder. As soon as you make your voice louder, pitch goes up automatically. So the easiest way to stress or accentuate a particular syllable is to say it louder. Automatically your pitch would go up. So try it. This is k. Mu, louder. Nicator, communicator. Communicate, communicator. All right? Good. So you are already improving your pronunciation and accent. This one, how do you pronounce that? K, mu, ni. K is louder here. K, shan. Communication, communication. Say that. Communication. Here it was communicator. This is communication. Okay? So you see the accent changed. Here it was, mu was louder. That had the primary or main accent. And here K is louder. That has the primary accent. Okay? So it's extremely important in English to have the accent at the right syllable. Otherwise, your pronunciation will be wrong. Your accent is going to be wrong. So I'll teach you the easiest way to learn these accents. Let's try this one. Try this one. Educate. Edu louder. Educate. Educate. This one, educator. This one, here K louder. K. Education. Education. So try again. Educate. Remember, DU in this word sounds like JU. Educate, not educate. Educate. Educator. But here's education. So here's a rule. Anytime you see TION, that's a syllable, shun, the syllable before that takes the primary accent. It's an unwritten rule. Education. So from today onwards, never say education. Wrong accent and wrong pronunciation. You have to say education. Good. So what is the meaning of accent? The main meaning, the most important meaning of accent is the syllable stress. When you stress a syllable correctly, the other syllables are de-stressed. You don't pronounce them loud. De-stressed. So that is the most important thing in accent. That means stress the correct syllable. So let's try a few more examples. How about this two? Look at that. Pr, softer, and nouns louder. I have put a graph here. That is, this is soft, pr, and nouns higher pitch, louder. Pronounce. Repeat after me. Pronounce. How about this one? The second word. Look, here's the first part. First syllable is louder. The second syllable is softer. Pronouns. So what's the difference? This one is pronounce. This one, pronouns. Do you understand? They sound very similar, but because of the accent, you know which word was used. They are completely different words. This is like nouns and pronouns. Pronouns are like I, he, she, her, mine, etc. Pronouns. So now you understand why the correct accent is so important. Okay? How about this one? Nouns. Nouns is flat because it's got only one syllable. Nouns. Ow is one syllable. Ow is one vowel sound. Okay? Nouns. So here you do not have to worry about which part is louder because only one syllable, that's called monosyllable, it's flat. Okay? It's flat. So try again. Pronounce. Pronounce. This one. Pronouns. And this one. Nouns. So slowly you are understanding how important it is. If you do not put the accent at the correct syllable, it may sound like a different word. People will get confused. The listener will think, probably use this word or that word. To remove that confusion, you have to have the correct accent on the correct syllable. So practice that. Let me give you a few more examples how confusion can be caused by having wrong accent at the wrong syllable. In English, there are close to 1 million words. So many words sound similar to other words. So if you do not have the correct accent, people will misunderstand you. All right, let's try this one. Percent, see, this is softer. Read louder. Percent, 50%, okay? If you said 50%, most people, most of the listeners will think you use the word person, 50 people. Do you understand? This is percent, that means person. In English, the listener does not go letter by letter, goes by the sound pattern to understand which word you used. So you have to have the correct accent. So when you learn a word, learn along with the pronunciation which syllable is stressed. You have to practice exactly that way. Otherwise, you'll have the wrong accent. It will be very difficult to change it later when you are older. So when you are young, learn the first time right accent. Okay? So do not say, okay, okay? This is how you have to pronounce English words. How about this one? Try this one first. Person, percent, person. This one, look, it's comfortable, 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 okay? Come louder, comfortable, not comfortable, no, table, comfortable. Good, try it. How about this one? Try it. Look, B is softer, Na is louder with a higher pitch. That's the accented one. And this part is N, N. The last A of all English words are pronounced as sound, schwa sound, which you learned in the first lesson. This one, B, Na, Na. Banana in British English. American English is banana, but Na, the middle Na is louder. It's got the primary accent. If you say banana, people will not understand you. I have seen that 100 times. People who do not speak English, they go to a store and say, I want banana. The seller does not understand. They say, pardon me? I want banana. They do not understand. You have to say banana or banana in American English. Correct sound pattern, that has the right accent. If you do not get it, your pronunciation is going to be terrible. If you have to learn English, learn it right the first time, okay? Banana. How about this one? Try this one. Look, O part is louder. Orange, orange. If you say orange, most people will think you said arrange, which is a different word. Say orange. And this one, arrange, range louder. Orange, all louder. Arrange, range louder. Okay? Now you're already improving. Every time you learn a word, learn how to pronounce it correctly with the right accent. How about this one? Ob louder, ob, object. Okay? Object. It's a thing. Anything is called object. Here is an object. That's an object. Okay? If you say object, object part louder, it's a completely different word. It's a verb. I object to what you said. What does that mean? I protest. I do not agree. I disagree. So this is a noun. A thing is called an object, a physical object. And this one is a verb. That means I protest. I do not agree. I object. So the only difference between these two is the sound pattern. One starts with ob louder, with primary accent in ob. The second one, ject louder, ject. So they are written exactly the same way, but completely different word and distinguished by the sound pattern. Okay, how about this one? Contest, contest. Okay, how about this one? Contest, Contest is a noun. That means a competition. And this one, contest, is compete, a verb. Quite often when you have two syllables, con and test, if it is verb, the second one takes the primary accent. You may think it's useless, but it's not. This is extremely important. When we speak to English speakers, they do not understand half of what we say because we have poor accent. This is really important. It's so simple. When you learn a word, learn where the primary accent is. Just raise your voice. For example, you learn pronunciation. Remember, it's not pronunciation. It's pronunciation. None. Pronunciation. There's something called secondary accent too. Accent. A part, that sort of right accent. It's going to sound that much I can guarantee. Do you know that in the United Kingdom, only 2% of the people speak proper Oxford English. Others speak dialect. I can guarantee you, follow my method of spoken English 2020, you're going to speak better than 98% of the British people, Britons, okay? It's very easy. Now, let's try some other words, and then we'll speed up. Just repeat after me. Contract, contract, okay? Contract is a signed document, agreement, signed agreement. Contract, contract means to shrink. So it's a verb, so tract, the second syllable is louder. Contract, contract. How about this one? Increase, increase. That's a noun. If you said increase, that's a verb. That means, let's say, the increase in price. If you use verb, you have to say, please increase the volume. Okay? That's an example. So what did you learn? Stress. When people say you have to stress this part of the syllable, that simply means you have to go for a higher pitch. How do you make your pitch higher and slightly longer and louder? Just raise your voice. For example, pronunciation. How do you say English? Ing louder. English. Okay? Ing louder. This is how you have to say it. That's the accent. Trust me, if you follow that pattern, within 2 months, your English is going to be 100 times better. Okay? All right, now let's try that. Accent, accent or stress, syllable stress, word stress, all these things are basically the same. I call it syllable stress because you stress a syllable. Many so-called experts call it word stress, which doesn't sound right to me, but this is how English is. Say this one, present. Present is a noun. Here's a present for you. How about this one? Present, zent louder. Present, pre softer. Present. The professor presented his ideas. I presented him a book. Okay? That's a verb. Present is present. It has many meanings. At present. Okay? Pray louder. That's a noun. This one, present. How about this one? Look, this is the secondary accent I was talking about. Slightly louder than the other syllables, but not as loud as the main syllable. Primary with the primary accent. Presentation. So remember, anytime you see shun, the syllable before that should be the loudest, should take the primary accent. Presentation. Okay? Those are unwritten rules. I'll teach you a few of those rules right away. Otherwise, you can look at Spoken English 2020 site. We have complete course there. And Mana TV will put all these courses on TV too. How about try this one? This one. Which part is louder with the primary accent? Pa. Politics. Pa louder. Politics. The next one. The next one. Political. Lee louder. Political. Lee louder. How about this one? Pa slightly loud. Secondary accent. Lee. T louder. T has the main accent, primary accent. Politician. Okay, C-I-A-N is not Xian. It's shun. Just like T-I-O-N, C-I-A-N, C-I-O-N, T-I-N, all are shun, shun. Politician, so repeat after me. Politics, politics, political, Li louder. Politician, T louder. One more time. Politics, political, politician. Okay? How about this one? Try this. Content, content is a noun. That means something that's inside. Content of a book, content of a box. Content, if you say content with tent louder, that's a different word, it's a verb. Content yourself with what you have. That means be satisfied with what you have. Now look, even a single letter can have an accent. Okay? This letter I starts high with A, then E softer. One letter, it's got two syllables, A and E. Okay? We'll learn about these things in the next lesson, that it's a vowel, but it's a combination of two vowel sounds, A and E. I. Do not say I. E not louder. A, E. I. Do you hear how beautiful it sounds? I. This is how you have to say. Even a single letter with two vowel sounds makes two syllables. Nobody teaches these things, but A louder, E softer makes it sound like perfect English, Oxford English, or General American English. There are two standards, world standards. Oxford English, which is called RP, received pronunciation. Only 2% of the people in Britain speak that, so you may beat them. You may be one who speaks better than 98% of the British people, okay? All right. And there's something called General American. That's also another world standard. I try to teach both or a combination of these two so that when you speak my way or almost my way, anyone in the world will understand you. You do not pick up one particular accent. We are flexible, right? And you are young. You should be able to understand several accents, but should speak one standard English. So when you speak, people think you are professional because you are professional. Most likely you're going to be a doctor, engineer, scientist. You're going to be professional, or a professional worker, a hotel manager or something. Your English should be better than native English speakers, and you can do that. Okay? You can do that. Whenever you open your mouth and speak English, people will be stunned and they'll look at you. They'll know that you're professional, you have learned it properly. Wherever you go in the world, you're going to rule. People will come up to you and listen to you just because you have perfect English. All right? Okay, let's concentrate on this a little bit more. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can bring it back. All right. The next one. Next one. Let's see. Good. Some people have wrong idea about accent. Let's say there is this word called nothing, and you know there's this accent mark. I'm making it red. I have always color coded my lessons. Red means louder. That means accent. I may or may not have this accent mark. Dictionaries have this accent mark, okay, primary accent mark, but I just color it red so it's easier for you to understand that, okay, it's red, say it louder. That's got the primary accent. If you say it louder, automatically your pitch goes up. Okay, so how would you pronounce that? Na louder, na. Nothing, nothing. What is that? Nothing. Some people, when they get excited and they want to say it louder, they change the accent to the wrong syllable. They say nothing, and that's wrong. Accent does not change. If you're excited, if you want to say it with emphasis, you just make the whole thing louder. Now was louder, thing, nothing, nothing, okay? Nothing, nothing, but do not say nothing. All right, now let's try a few more words. Let's try this one. You try it. Which part is loud? Nouns, nouns part is loud. Announce, announce. This one, announcement, okay? You have to go through this lesson several times. Go through this video, download from Mana TV YouTube, download it, and go through it several times. Everything I say, you have to go over it twice, okay? Now, accent rules, there are some rules. Even in English, there are some rules, many exceptions, okay? Monosyllable. If it is a short word with just one syllable, one vowel sound, that's monosyllable, okay? Monosyllable in American English. So monosyllable, you have to say it flat, like go. Go has one. Or flat. Flat has only vowel sound, one syllable. You can say flat, 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 or you can say flat. Don't try to put some pattern. It's just flat. Monosyllable. The first one, very common. That's very common. About 1/3 of the words have accent on the first syllable. For example, the word common. Common, 1/3 is roughly 33% of the words. Did you hear I said percent? I did not say percent. That's how careful you have to be when you pronounce English words, okay? Now listen to it carefully. 1/3 of the English words have primary accent on the first syllable. So most of the words, common words, okay? First syllable. Anytime you find an English word with T-I-O-N, T-I-A-N, C-I-N, or I-T-Y, they're the one before that syllable, the syllable before that T-I-O-N, etc., has the primary accent. So you would say, for example, this one, I-T-Y, right? City, city, city. So, da would be, will take the primary accent. Audacity, audacity, okay? Translation, slay louder before T-I-O-N. Ology, I have told you in the first lesson, anytime you have ology, O takes the primary accent. Biology, psychology, sociology, technology, logy, the one before that, O, okay? The same thing is true about economy, okay? How about this one? Biological, technological, law louder, okay? Economical, okay, no louder. So these are some of the rules. There's some more. Two-syllable words, if it is noun, usually the first one in the noun takes the primary accent. If it is verb, it's the second one. Second syllable takes the primary accent. So this word has two meanings, two pronunciations. Record, American English, record, British English, record. She broken world record, re louder because it's noun. You can say the same thing as verb. Record my voice, record, okay, then cause. The second syllable becomes the louder, has primary accent. Similarly, there are some more rules. X, if some word starts with X, pro, in, d, etc., if these are the prefix, they do not take the primary accent. For example, expect, all right? But there are exceptions. Exit, exit, because X in this case is not. So every rule has some exception. So you have to hear from authentic source. Authentic source would be BBC, CNN, Oxford Dictionary, etc. Let's speed up a little bit so that I can finish this lesson very, very quickly. Double consonant. You know that double consonant doesn't take the accent and is pronounced as single consonant. Very few cases, double C are pronounced as, both are pronounced because it takes two different sounds, S and K. Anyway, dinner. Do not say dinner or dinner. No. Double consonant is pronounced as single consonant and usually does not take the primary accent. The exception would be effect. Effect. Do not say affect. Effect. All right? You have to practice all these things with me or directly from a very good dictionary, for example, Oxford Dictionary online. All right. Flat. If you do not know where to put the accent of a word, you just make it flat. It's flat sounding words are much better than wrong accent. For example, suppose I give you a word, long word, called, let's say, technological. If you do not know where to put the accent, just say technological. It's much better than saying technological. which most people say. Unfortunately, they do not know this concept of accent. Technological university. It sounds wrong completely. Say technological is acceptable. Correct is technological. Okay? So try to learn the correct way. But suppose some words you do not know where to put the accent, say it flat. Technological. Okay? All right. So let's go over 130 useful words very quickly. You repeat after me, and your accent of these words would be very good at the correct syllable. All right? English. Go over it. English. Spelling. Repeat. Repeat after me. Teacher. Student. Do not say student. It's wrong. Student. Current. How about this one? Correct. Do not say correct. Correct sounds wrong. Correct. You are correct. This is correct. Actually. Actually. Basically. Repeat, repeat. Purse. What's purse? Purse is a little bag that ladies carry where they put their money and whatever personal items. Purse. Okay? Purse. What's wallet? Wallet. Wallet is a little bag where you carry money. Men usually carry wallet. So if you are a man, you're carrying a little bag, money bag, do not call it purse. You call it wallet. Do you understand? Okay. It's nothing to do with accent, but I just wanted to mention because many people get confused between purse and wallet. Men carry wallet. Women carry purse. All right? Now how about this one? Echo. 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 I hear an echo. This one. Eco-friendly. Eco-friendly. This one. Ecology. This one. Economy. Repeat after me. Economist. Economy. Economist. But this one. Economics. No louder. Economics. So practice again. Ecology. Economy. Economist. Economics. Economical. Okay? See how the pattern changes. These patterns are given so the words are not confused. People do not confuse these words if you use the proper pattern, sound pattern. Which part is louder? You have to do that. All right. Let me try this one. These words every modern student of science must know how to say that. Say science. Do not say science. Science is not correct. This one has two syllables. Science. 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 Okay? If you're a science teacher, science student, you must say these things correctly, right? Science. Next. Scientist. Scientist. Do not say scientist. There's no word called scientist. Scientist. Scientific. Scientific. Medicine. Medicine. Biology. Biology. Biological. Okay, go over this again. Science. Scientist. Repeat after me. Scientific. T louder. Medicine. Biology. Biological. Repeat. Quickly repeat after me. Technology. Technological. This one. Engineering. Engineering. Engineer. Start with N. G. Nearing. Engineering. Engineer. This one. Engine. N louder. Okay? This one you have seen before in the first lesson. Carrier. This one. Career. 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 This one. Courier, not courier. Courier. This is the most important one. Career. 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 You have to focus on your career. Career. Do not say carrier or carrier for this word. Okay? Career. Very good. This one, such a simple word. How do you say it? Look, the English word is pronounced curry, not curry. Curry. Okay? Potato, curry. All right. Let's go over these 130 very important words very quickly. Repeat after me. If you do not repeat, your pronunciation accent will not improve. So please, please repeat after me and go over this lesson twice. I put in thousands of hours selecting these words and getting the right accent to teach you that, because most people mispronounce them. Their accent is wrong. I'm going to fix it, especially if you pay attention to where the pattern, the stress pattern is, and how to repeat it. It's going to improve, guaranteed. Please try it, okay? Say that. Certify, certificate, T louder, certificate. Define, do not say define. D does not have the accent. Fine has the accent. Define, define. Here, definition, ni louder, because shun, the syllable before shun should have the accent. Definition. This one, different, different, not different, not that clearly. Some letters are silent, you do not hear them. So here is another thing, unaccented parts, unaccented syllables are faster, are not very clear. The accented syllable should be pronounced very clearly, louder and slightly higher pitch. Different. This one, difficult, difficult. All right, let me try this. This one, how do you say that? It's got two pronunciations, direct or direct, okay? Rect louder. So do not say direct. That sounds like die louder. People get confused. What are you saying? Die what? Die what? Sorry, pardon me? Die? What die? No, direct or direct. Both are acceptable in British and American both, okay? So do not let people give you wrong rules like direct is only American, direct is only British. That's not true. They understand each other very well. Americans and British understand each other very well. They have difficulty understanding us or the Chinese or Japanese because they are very different languages. But American English and British English are not that different. They understand each other very well. Americans understand British actors, British people, Britons. These are called B-R-I-T-O-N-S, Britons, okay? Britisher is old-fashioned English, do not use it. Britons, they understand American English very well. They follow all these computer generated things, media, they follow American films. They understand each other very well, okay? They get along very well. Just learn one standard, that's fine. So please, let's not argue about this is British, this is American. Don't make theater about it, all right? Just learn something right. Finished. How about this? Direction or direction, okay? Both are correct. This one, employment, ploy louder. Employment. This one, execute, execute. This one, many people have difficulty pronouncing, okay? Because English is not a phonetic language. You have to hear the word from somebody who speaks English very well and copy that. BBC, Oxford Dictionary, etc., okay? So, or CNN, somebody who speaks very well, learn directly from them. Do not learn from the people who do not speak English very well. Your accent will become wrong, then it's very difficult to change it, okay? So, how do you pronounce this one? How do you pronounce this word? Listen very carefully. Executive, executive. So, it's not executive, okay? Executive. The words that are underlined, many people mispronounce them, so have underlined them. Executive. These are the phonetic symbols you learn in the next lesson, and that will help you pronounce each word correctly. How about this one? Great. If you're excited, if you want to emphasize it, you just say, great, louder, that's it, because it's got one syllable, that's it. How about this one? How about this one? International, international. Sometimes the Americans, many Americans do not pronounce this N before T, so it sounds like international. But it should be flexible. You should know that they meant international. You should try to say international, pronounce that N, okay? Do not go for exception or local dialects, because quite possible you'll go to a different country and people will not understand if you pick up the local accent, a local dialect. Try to stay with formal English, formal accent. Internet, some Americans call it internet, but you should be flexible to know. internet. This one, interview, interview. This one, institute. Very good. How about this one? Institution, institution. Situation, academy, academic. Okay? So let's go over a few. These things are available. All these 130 are available on Spoken English 2020. You can go over all of them and repeat the red part louder. Your accent will be very good. If you have very long words, say it slowly. For example, this one, repeat. Responsibility, responsibility. This one, represent, represent, not represent. Represent, represent, representative. This one, mechanism, atmosphere, not atmosphere, atmosphere. Enthusiastic, exaggerate, congratulations. Okay? So here's the summary. You have to learn 14, 15, maybe 20 vowel sounds. If you include the diphthongs and triphthongs, there would be about 25 vowel sounds, 12 pure vowels, 8 diphthongs, and 5 triphthongs you have to learn. Stress, which part to stress, you have to know. Stress, and which part to de-stress or unstress, you have to know. You have to learn the sound of schwa. Yeah, schwa, which you have learned in first lesson. I'll repeat that in the fourth lesson again. Schwa is the sound. Many vowels can take a sound. Every now and then you'll find a sound. Keyword, emphasis, and intonation in a full sentence. And I'll also teach you something very important to have perfect English accent. How do you group the words? How do you make them smooth? Which part to say it louder, the keywords, I'll teach you that too. Okay? So practice, stay with me, and thank you for listening. Go over this lesson twice. Thank you very much, and you should practice with Spoken English 2020 software available on Amazon.in. Do not waste your summer. Get this one and practice with this. Your English is going to be perfect. Thank you.